Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode from my York City FIFA 13 career. We ended the last one with a win against Swansea, and we have a few days left in the August transfer window. There are a few players who I have had a quick look of and who I may want to try and sign. First one, we actually saw a bit of news footage about him in the last episode, is Shinji Kagawa, who is an absolutely fantastic player. I don't think he's in the last year of his contract when I looked before. No, but obviously he asked to leave Man United and they said no. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a cheeky 10 million bid in for him, and we'll see what Man United say. They'll probably come back and say not a chance. But there are a couple of other interesting players. We have Juan Mata and Coutinho. Both are in the last year of their contract. So I'm going to inquire about the pair of them, and hopefully we hear back from one of them, one of their clubs, pretty soon. I'm also going to inquire about Luis Muriel. He's in the last year of his contract, as is Javier Hernandez, and hopefully we'll hear back from one of those pretty soon. I may look to bring in a defensive midfielder, as we've sold obviously Guillermo Silva, who was our main defensive midfielder. I've looked at some of our other players who we have in the central midfield, and most of them don't really have high defensive work rates, so we could come unstuck in a few games. But here we go, player returning from injury. Neil Taylor has returned from injury, so we could potentially look to get rid of him. Javier Hernandez, 8 million according to Valencia. Luis Muriel, 13.5. Coutinho, 12.5. Juan Mata, 10. And it's Roberto Di Matteo still in charge. Okay, so let's actually go and Escobar seeks grasp a loan chance. Okay, well, we haven't had any offers in for him yet. Transfers, let's see what budget we have available. So we've got 27 million, so we can look to pick up 2 players. Wage budget isn't a problem. It's all about who to go for. Juan Mata was 10, wasn't it? Coutinho was 13. It was around 13 for Muriel and 8 for Hernandez. Muriel's so much younger and better, you know. Yeah, we'll try and get Muriel in. Approach to buy. What was it? 13, wasn't it? We'll go 14 million. It gives us 13 million to potentially look at getting Coutinho in. I think he would be the better one, as much as I'd love to get Juan Mata in. Juan Mata's 30 and he's rated 85, whereas Coutinho is 26 and rated 86. So look, where can Coutinho play? He can play cam, left mid, right mid, or centre forward. Medium defensive work rate, medium attacking work rate, 4-star skills, 4-star weak foot. Juan Mata, medium and medium, 3-star weak foot. Can play cam. You know what? Yeah, let's go for Coutinho. Wages, you know, 90 a week, so we could potentially afford that. 13.5 they said, didn't they? Yeah, well, hopefully they say okay to that. It should give us enough to sign both players. Yeah, 90. They're both on around 90 grand a week, so there's 180,000 wages, which leaves us a fair bit in case maybe a free agent or two we could bring in, maybe someone, so a youth player in central midfield. We'll have to see who we sell. Hopefully we can sell a couple of players. We do have some on the transfer list. Offer rejected for Kagawa is too valuable. That's not too bad. We just trying to stir the pot there, really, more than anything else. As Kagawa wanted to leave, but then obviously Man United said no, he's got to stay put. Okay, transfer offer accepted from Udinese. 14 million for Muriel. 80 grand. You know what? We'll make it 85. You can have 10% for, and he's going to be a crucial. He was with 169,000 available for wages. Inter transfer offer unacceptable. 22 million. You told me bloody. Oh, you know what? I'll make it 14. You told me I could have him for for 13. Right, so I'll quickly sort the wage budget out and move things across for a couple of days. Budget allocation. Yeah, that'll do. 196,000 gives us 30 million. Right, let's move it on a day. We still have Juan Mata, who we can look to pick up if needs be. He is the backup, obviously. So is Tony Cruz. I think I might make Tony Cruz my next target, and then if I need to, with 5 hours to go, try and look at bringing Juan Mata in. Should we fail, right, we'll move on an hour. Match rescheduled against West Brom. Match rescheduled against Wolves and against Sunderland. Contract offer accepted for Muriel. Right, so we have a striker. Maybe I need to sell one of my strikers. We shall see. Inter, transfer offer rejected. Too valuable. And we have a transfer offer for Lazarevic from PSG. Straight out reject that. He's going to be vital to the team. He's the highest rated player we've got at the moment, especially in the defence. Right, okay, Muriel's there. So Coutinho looks like it's a no-go. So let's have a look. View shortlist. Tony Cruz, 85, 28. What's his work rates? That's the most important thing. Medium and medium, 5-star weak foot. So, and he can play CM or CDM as well. Yeah, let's go for Tony Cruz. Okay, so they think we can get a deal around 10.5, between 8 and 11. So I'll put 10.5 in. He's on 90 grand a week. If this doesn't come back with anything good, what's Leitner? I think he's just medium again. Yeah, medium and medium. CM and Cam he can play. Gundogan can play. Cam CDM. He's high and medium. So maybe, I don't really know how much he's going to improve the team. I know he's in the final year of his contract, so we could potentially pick him up on the cheap, which is not that bad, to be honest. We'll see what happens. Gundogan could be one to come in for and help us out for a couple of seasons. He's going to be, yeah, he's better than Taylor at this moment in time. I know Taylor's several years younger, but we shall move on an hour. Hopefully, we hear back from one of our 2 potential transfer signings. Is it 2? No, I think it's just 1, isn't it? Tony Cruz at this moment in time. Come on, Bayern. Here we go. Transfer offer rejected. Tony Cruz. Yes, I'd like to submit a new offer. We'll go to 12.5 million. He's valued at 14.5. Right. So we have a transfer offer for De Souza Silva. I really don't want to sell him, so we're just going to reject that. Yeah, I don't think we need to sell him. He's our best left back we have at the moment. Transfer offer for Petar Jenkov from Volga. Okay, gladly accept that. Hopefully we can get him off the books. He's rated 61, but he's 20 years old, so not really going to be that good for us. Chiellini rejects Catania in favour of Juventus stay. You know what? I don't really think I want to go for Chiellini as much as I'd love to. Right, I don't know where this has come from out of the blue, but transfer offer unacceptable. 16.5 million for Tony Cruz, and Petar Jenkov has been sold. Right, so we've got 5 hours remaining. As Palermo accept bid from Sunderland for Franco Vazquez at Chiellini. Right, reset that. League, Serie A, where are you? There you are. Let's have a look at Chiellini, see if we could tempt him to come to us. Where are you, fella? Well. There you are. And no, definitely don't want him. Marquisio, wow. Definitely too old. Paul Pogba could be one we look to bring in. Approach to buy. How long have you got left? No, you've got too long left on your contract. I don't think we can afford you. I'll inquire just to see what gets said. But I think it may be time we try and go after Juan Mata. Transfer. Or do I go after Gundogan? It's one of those. It's each of two really who we go after. Juan Mata is 30, rated 85. Finesse and flare shot. Medium. What about Gundogan? 27, 83. He can play everywhere. Yeah, we'll go after Gundogan. Approach to buy. Put in a 6 million bid. I know he's a crucial first team player for them, but he's in the last year of his contract. So we brought a striker in, and worryingly, no midfielder. That is the real worry for us. Transfer offer for Pablo Escobar, Coventry, season-long loan. Gladly let him go out, especially now as I have a shitload of strikers available. Right, 4 hours, 3 hours. Here we go, transfer offer unacceptable for Gundogan, 11 million. He's not worth that. There's been an offer for Hero Mayer from Palermo. Mayer's been in great form recently as one of our top players in his position. Right, so I don't want him. Right, I think now's the time to go after Juan Mata. Well, I can't remember how much Chelsea said I could have him for. Don't want to go into that one. Transfers, view shortlist. Juan Mata, I think it was about 8 million they said. You know, actually we'll go 10. Definitely want to try and sign him up if we can. So that's 10 million for him. Let me see, transfers, have a quick look. See if there's any free agents who are young enough. Quick have a look now. Got a game to play as well in this episode. Hopefully get the game against Liverpool done as well. Come on, here we go. Jake Stewart, who's this guy? Mitch Ramage, no, too young. Felipe Keane, too young. Nah, there's no one really there. The ratings aren't that great. Right, hopefully we hear back from Chelsea regarding Juan Mata. Could do with hearing back from them right now. But that's a no. I don't think we're going to be signing any midfielder. Offer unacceptable. No, there's no point even putting a bid in. We're not going to sign anyone there. But to be fair, we do have a decent enough midfield. We have Luis Gadan, who has high defensive work rate, so we can look to keep him there. There's 102 million has been spent in that transfer window. Wow. Come on. Oh, your Paul Pogba inquiry. 17 million. Finally they got back to me. Scout has returned with a player who he believes can be world class. Youth Academy. Where is he? It's not that Diego Neto, because I had him before. Is it that one? Kevin? No, it's not him. Rude was already there. It's not that. Is it this Julio Gutierrez? I think it's this. No, is it Juan Marcos? I already have a Juan Marcos, but you know what? Offer contract. Sign him up. And Julio, yeah, you know what? We'll sign you up. Get them in the team. Get them progressing. Nieto is 82 max, so you know what, we can release him. Rent is 85 max, I've got too many goalkeepers, we can release him. Ruud Valmete, look at that, he's going to be amazing, definitely keep him. Virgil, you may improve, so we'll keep you there for the time being. Monthly squad report, here we go. I've just been in that. Actually, oh no, is that something? New squad report. Juan Marcos. Negotiating a contract previously sent. Right, okay, don't need to worry about that. Real Madrid crowned Copa Europa champions. Muriel set to make York City debut. York City's biggest transfer. Last day to submit for the Ecuador. Balance, can he come in to see what our best central midfielder is? Yeah, well. Bring you in for Benitez. Strikers, how we're looking. Yeah, okay, we've only got 2 defenders as well, so I see 2 goalkeepers, so we'll leave that. And we will get this squad sorted out for this game. Fraser Forster back in goal. Deshilio Lazarevic. Oh, actually, Fraser Forster, you're not really fully fit yet. Deshilio Lazarevic, Hiramir. Yep, Bueno Fuentes, Welbeck, Baker. Neil Taylor, are you back yet? Where are you? Nope, you're obviously not back yet. Mariano Garcia, no. Juan Marcos, Luis Godin. I could bring you there. No, he can't play there. Oh shit, didn't mean to go out of it. Right. What I'm actually going to do, I'm going to move Canteros to there, and we will give Muriel his debut. You got 86, that's already bumped the team up a bit. Definitely do need a new cam. You see there, Canteros 83 is a lot better than Hayham's in terms of overall. We do, I think, need minimum of 80s in there now. I think Hayham's obviously needs to come off the bench. You'll bring Luis Godin on there. He needs to come through the ranks. Marcos, Shuri, Garay, I need to try and get rid of me. Thiago Medeiros, I want to play as often as I can. All these youth players that just no one came in for offers for, and they're all transfer or up for loan listed. Right, when Fraser Forster comes back, he's going to be 82, so that's him sorted there. Right, York City's Player of the Month and Welbeck. Okay, but which one? There's 2. Christ. Next match, play match. Okay, let's play this game against Liverpool. Get this over and done as soon as we possibly can. There we go. Kits don't clash. It's overcast. Teams are all sorted. Liverpool have Suarez, Asidi and Sterling. Suso, Henderson, Allen, Jose Enrique, Wilson, Kelly. With Reina, Aga, Leva, Shelby, Pacheco, Robinson and Carroll on the bench. That's a pretty strong Liverpool team. We shall try and get this game sorted as soon as we can. And apologies, this episode may be a bit longer than normal, maybe around half an hour, but I'm not too sure you guys will complain too much. Right, just start that. I'm not going to worry about it. Right, get this game sorted, and then we can have a little chat about the 2 games we've got tonight. Obviously, we've got Arsenal, Wigan, and we've got Reading, Man City. Big shock. We'll start with the Reading Man City game. Obviously, the shock departure of Roberto Mancini leaving. Well, I thought it was a shock that they'd got rid of him now, not so much that they've got rid of him in general. I think obviously he had a target to achieve, didn't achieve it. You look at the whole squad that Man City had, and you look at their squad compared to Wigan's squad, and they shouldn't have lost that game. But I think it was one of those. I hate to say it, but being a Spurs fan, I've seen it before with Spurs. They turn up and they just expect to win because they are who they are, and they have that reputation of being a big club. I've seen it with Spurs a load of times. A few years ago, we're going back 10, definitely over 10 years. Spurs were in the final of the League Cup, what is now the Capital One Cup, against Blackburn. Spurs, even the fans thought, we just got to turn up and we'll win this game. Got beat 2-1 as a 1-0. We went 1-0 down. I think we got an equaliser, then went 2-1 down. Oof, Christ, that should have been a goal. But I think Man City are under the same delusion. Thought, oh, it's Wigan. They're struggling for relegation. They'll just roll over. And to be honest, Wigan just didn't. Wigan were absolutely amazing in that game. They thoroughly deserved to win. They wanted it more. They fought for it more than Man City didn't. And I just fair play to Wigan. They deserved it, but I just hope they can now complete the double, as it were, and survive. They need to, for their own sake, really. I'm not too sure how a team in Europe can survive being in League One. Look at who was it? Birmingham a couple of years ago. I think they won the Capital One Cup, and got relegated in the same season. It's nuts. I know they're still allowed to play in the European competition because they're there by right, but also the fact that it's not going to do them any good in terms of trying to get back in the Premier League. But yeah, it's Reading obviously nothing to play for anymore apart from a bit of pride. They've played well the last couple of games. If I remember correctly, I'm sure they won their last game. So they've obviously have things to play for. Oh, Muriel, what were you doing there? Yeah, obviously Reading, obviously they do have that game in hand, so they can cement with a win against Man City tonight. They can cement QPR to the bottom of the table, and the fact that QPR cannot get above them. As it stands, obviously QPR are bottom on 25 points, Reading second bottom on 28. Obviously have this game in hand. They have a marginally better goal difference to Reading, so they can overtake and keep above Man City, above QPR, and give QPR the wooden spoon today, which it would be great. Even a draw would be ideal. Obviously, like Man City, nothing to play for. I could honestly see this game being a draw. I could see both, say, like a 2-2 draw or something. Oh, beautiful goal, Nana Welbeck. Yeah, I could see the Reading QPR, Reading Man City game being a draw. Obviously, Man City players may want to go out and prove something. Obviously, it's coming out now that Mancini didn't have a good relationship with a lot of his players and the board. The fans loved him, but unfortunately, if your employers aren't happy with your work, you're not going to do anything, no matter how good all your fans are and how good all your fans think you are. You're just not going to do anything of any good. And I'm trying to read the report now. Winger Jimmy Kebe and Adam Federici, and goalkeeper, one of the goalkeepers for hit the post. One of the goalkeepers for Reading out injured. So Jimmy Kebe is a massive blow for bastard 1-0. Jimmy Kebe is a massive blow for Reading. He's a great player for them. Obviously, Scott Sinclair's sidelined for Man City, and wrong pass. And Zabaleta, who got sent off, is unavailable for Man City. You look at the two squads, and Man City you think should have nothing to play for, but should have no problem beating these guys. But I think Reading will put up a good fight. I believe it's going to be their last home game of the season, so they're going to be looking to get 3 points, or at least give the fans something to smile about. That's a foul, ref. But then, like I said, yeah, I could see it being a draw, potentially a 2-2 draw, something like that. Right, let's see who can take this free kick. Wow, I've got no one really. We'll go with Marino Fuentes. Planning put into practice at this free kick, maybe. See if he can curl it in. Nope, it hits the wall. So that's, yeah, I can see that being a high-scoring game. I definitely think they're going to be over 2.5 goals. You could see someone like Man City, they feel the backlash of Man City, and they could go out and win it, say 3-0, 4-0. You could, Reading, like I said, last home game in the Premier League for this season, they could go out there and put up a good performance. The more important game, though, is the Arsenal-Wigan game. Obviously, Wigan, straight, you don't know whether they're going to have a cup hangover or not. Arsenal currently lying 5th in the table, far superior goal difference to Spurs, but are 2 points behind them. So Arsenal obviously need to win to put Spurs down to 5th, and then they're back in the Champions League places. It's at the Emirates, so you think there's a good chance of Arsenal getting a win, but you don't know how high on confidence Wigan are going to be, or whether they are going to be hungover from the cup game. You also don't know. Obviously, Wigan are fighting for their Premier League survival, so they do need a win, or at least a draw. Obviously, a draw would put them on 36 points. Sunderland are on 39, but their goal difference is pretty poor in terms of against Sunderland. I think Sunderland are about -12, -14, and Wigan are on about at least -20. So they're definitely need, which is say at least a draw to force things going into in their favour in the final game of the season. But there's a lot that needs to go right if they only draw. So I definitely think there could be goals in this game. Wigan, like I said, need to. Oh, come on. Wigan need a win. They're going to be going forward. I can definitely see Wigan conceding, but Arsenal need a win, so they could concede as well. It's one of those. I definitely think it could be definitely over 2.5 goals in both these games tonight. Just need to concentrate on this attack. I don't want Liverpool to get 2 on the head. I need to try and get another goal and get into the lead as quickly as possible. Forward to Baker. Here we go. Welbeck. Go on, Welbeck. Find a pass. Come on, Welbeck. Someone get in space. There you go. Oh, fantastic, Canteros. Yes. Shoot, fella. So it's beautiful goal from Canteros. So yeah, I think it's an Arsenal win. Although, yeah, they have Fabianski and Kieran Gibbs back from injury, and Giroud is still unavailable due to his suspension. Bosija may return for Wigan. Stam, Ramis and Figueroa are all still sidelined for Wigan, so they are, especially Figueroa, he is massive for them. You definitely see if Wigan get relegated, Figueroa could leave to move to another Premier League team, potentially someone like Villa, or who's the other one? Who's the other team? Norwich, someone like that. Sunderland, Stoke, you could see Figueroa going to. Go on, and he's through. Go on, Nana. Oh, that's poor. That's a pen ref. Yes. Or is it a free kick? Why are they making a substitution now? Oh, it's a pen. Right, that's Nana Welbeck. I don't want him really to take it. Muriel 80, Canteros 80. I'll go with Muriel to take it on his debut. Can he get a goal? Yes, beautiful. Surely that puts the 3 points in our favour. What other games do we have tonight? We have none. Tomorrow we've got the Benfica-Chelsea Cup final. I'll have a chat about that one in the next episode. Try and get this one through. Actually, only 15 minutes left in this game. Hopefully, the signing that we've made on around deadline day in Muriel turns out to be a hit. I'm sure the fans will love it. I hope the board will love it. It gives us hopefully that bit of spark up front. I was confident with the forwards that we have. It's more the midfield that let me down. But if I can continue to play Canteros or Son in that cam role, then maybe we can do that until December, January time when the next transfer window is available, and then maybe we look to spend some of the funds we've got available. I want to spend them rather than having them go to waste, but I only want to bring in players who I think will help the team. And Juan Mata may have done that, but it was one of those. He was the sort of the lowest player that I wanted to bring in because he's of his age more than anything else. And I want players that, I know he's 30, he'd definitely help us out. Oh, almost a beautiful through ball. But I know Juan Mata would have helped us out, but I need players that are going to be here for 4 or 5 years, and Coutinho, Cruz would have been another one that would have been there for a few years as well. Stop this attack. Don't want Liverpool to get another goal. Got to think of goal difference. Stop Shelby. I realise I made no substitutions in this game. Oh, shit. What the hell's Jose Enrique doing that far forward? Right. Now you're going to see something I don't like doing that often, but I'm going to do it here. Keep ball. Just keep the football. There we go. Didn't have to keep it for too long. Unbelievable. There's only, 30 seconds left in the game. Right, guys. 3-2 win over Liverpool. There we go. Canteros man of the match. 8.6 rating. There we go. Alright. Who else won? Arsenal won. Spurs drew with Man City. Cardiff beat Bolton. Congratulations to Cardiff getting in the Premier League. Right, guys. There we go. Suspension over for Honor Hayams. Thanks very much. And I shall call it a day there, guys. I hope you enjoyed this episode and you like who we've managed to bring in this transfer window. See there, we currently lie second, or you could see we currently lie second in the table. I'll quickly show you the calendar, not the calendar, sorry, the table. There we go, goal difference. We're second on goal difference from Man City, with Chelsea, Man United and Spurs. Only 3 games played, but we're up there where we need to be. Hope you enjoyed this episode, guys. I'll be back with another one tomorrow, and there'll be one out every day this week: Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And hopefully, by Sunday, we may have this season complete. Actually, then again, no, because we're only trundling on. So we may be up to the January transfer window by Sunday, but we'll speak about that one near the time. Thanks for watching. Cheers.